First of all, congratulations on even going to school at all and for going for something like that, because not a lot of people do that. But to get into your question, it's hard for me to say like how you should end up, because solely I believe that it should be on you. And that's for anyone that would look at me and say like, what do you think I should do? If you feel like you need to continue, listen to your gut. If you want to go more into the criminology route, which you already know is kind of like the societal factor of why people do what they do in criminal settings, rather than forensic psychology getting into like mental capacity and going into court and talking to a judge and the jury and explaining why people do what they do in criminal aspects. So you're really applying that law factor with psychology. If you like criminology so much, then I do think that forensic psychology, if you got that in a master's degree, that you would highly enjoy it, because so far I like my curriculum too. But even then, stopping at a master's degree, make sure you get a license, because some people don't get a license and then it ends up screwing them. Get a license and end it at that if you want. However, if you take a couple years off or in your master's degree, you're like, I think I want to continue, get a PsyD or a PhD in clinical psychology. So once you're a clinical psychologist, you can do a variety of things. You can be a therapist. You don't even have to do anything with forensic psychology if you get bored of that a little bit, but you can also have your own practice, have people work with you or work by yourself. You can take a variety of different cases. Like you can do therapy, and then the next day, if you get certified in juvenile cases with forensic psychology, because you have your master's degree, but you have to get that little specialty with juveniles, you can interview kids who have been in like horrible situations that are crime related, obviously, or you can do family stuff where like you don't know if the kid should go with the mom or the dad, so you're analyzing that. You can help to see if people should be on parole or not, like if they're going to be a person who's going to commit recidivism, because we always want to reduce recidivism, right? And if you don't know what recidivism is, it's the act of somebody committing another crime, which as forensic psychologists, you're never going to be able to definitively say. But with your professional opinion, you can say like, yeah, this person has a higher risk of committing another crime, or they are a danger to society, or blah, blah, blah. There's so much that you can do with it. The biggest factor is if when you get done with your bachelor's degree, understand that pretty much without a master's degree, you're not going to be able to find work. Even then, there was a girl who commented on my post a couple days ago, and she was like, hey, I just graduated in forensic psychology and I'm having a hard time finding work. Again, I can't answer for that because I still am a student right now. I will say, continuing on with the doctorate degree, I'm not worried about finding work at all whatsoever. With my master's degree, if I were to stop, I would be a little weary. I do feel like that is a little bit harder, but at the end of the day, you need to listen to your gut, do the research, find a school, talk to people like me, ask me questions, ask other people questions, call other people that you can find in the country that are forensic psychologists, or email and ask them questions if you can. Do whatever you have to do in order to listen to your gut. If you feel like after your bachelor's degree, I'm done, and you want to take a break, that's cool. Just whatever you do, take the information from what you're learning from other people, but apply it to yourself and make the decision for yourself, because no one's going to hold your hand, and you also don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're like, I absolutely hate this and I can't handle it. Because you have to remember too, with forensic psychology specifically, you're going to be talking to people who have done extremely heinous things. So at the end of the day, you got to go with your gut, girlfriend. But if you have questions, I'm here.